In schools, media, and over dinner tables nationwide, a new generation is told to reach for the stars and that they can be anything they want. At least until graduation, when thousands run headlong into a cold workforce reality where prospects are few and expectations require serious recalibration.
A lot of my friends have looked for months and months and months before they even got an interview or anything like that, and I went through the same thing.
In a moment, meet the very people who've been told to simultaneously shoot for the moon, but lower your expectations. Then Lorna unpacks the popular idea that a vocation is the key to fulfillment. This is Context, a look at life beyond the headlines.
An entire generation has grown up hearing, do what you love, dream big, find your passion. But in today's post-recession economy with youth unemployment at over 14%, harsh reality trumps big hopes, and for many, it's generation jobless. So joining us in studio and audience today are young people and recent graduates who have their own stories and frustrations to share. And let's begin by welcoming Denise Fong, David Mack, and Hannah Sagosho. It's super to have you guys with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Denise, you're a student at Seneca. You're retraining because the first round in the job loop wasn't great. David, you went after 2 degrees, and Hannah, you're a nursing grad. So let's start with you, David. It has been a bumpy ride for you, and you're highly trained. 2 degrees, journalism, teaching. What are you working at?
Right now, I have 3 jobs. I'm working at Banana Republic as a sales associate. I'm also working at McCain Foods, which is the frozen food company in Canada, as a food taster, and I'm also at TVO as a education researcher.
And do you like this jumble of part-timers?
I actually do. I think it's a lot of fun. I get to do different things all the time. I don't really get bored at one job, and I don't feel like I'm trapped in one job all the time. So it's nice to be able to bounce around.
Okay, was that a frustrating journey landing in 3 happy places like this?
It was. It was very, very frustrating. There were times where I was actually just breaking down, feeling like there was no hope out there.
How long did it take?
About 1.5 years to get to where I am today.
Wow, 3 part-time jobs took you 1.5 years.
Yes.
Okay, Denise, you are retraining. You went back to school. Tell me about your job frustration journey.
So I did my undergrad at U of T, and I thought I had a really good degree, like in poli-sci, because, you know, critical thinking and, you know, preparing for workforce, that you have something to offer. But I've been in entry-level jobs for 10 years, just going from industry to industry, trying something new and trying to get, you know, somewhere in that job. Ultimately, I had to go back to school.
So what are you taking?
I'm taking corporate communications and public relations at Seneca.
And Hannah, you graduated as a nurse just 6 months ago. What's it been like?
Well, honestly, aside from genuinely wanting to help people, the reason why I got into the healthcare field was because I thought that jobs were always available. And so when I did graduate, I did think that it was going to be an easy find. And I never thought that I would have to wait 6 months to actually,
What are the barriers? What are you finding?
It's really saturated with new nurses. And I feel that, yeah, they're really looking for experienced nurses, and they'd rather have an experienced nurse rather than a new grad nurse.
Wow. David, what barriers did you run into? You looked for 1.5 years. What kept hitting the wall?
I guess it was just the same as what Hannah described. It was just experience. People wanted someone who was more experienced and more skilled. But I also felt like to get the experience and the skills, I needed a job. So it was really hard to just gain that. And that was one of the barriers to landing a job.
Hannah, let's ask you this question. What do you think is going to be the door opener?
Well, to be honest, especially in Canada, I think that the way you can land the job is if you know, like, a nurse or someone in the field already.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
you got to know
it
someone
feels
on the
like,
inside.
so they can refer you to the manager or to the HR.
Okay, Sheldon's walking in here. You've got some great stuff happening in the audience, Sheldon.
Yes, I do, Lorna, and I'm going to ask you guys to just travel with me. I'm actually here with Patrick, and Patrick, you have had multiple job searches. It's been hard finding a job in your career. You are currently employed, but not, again, in the field of your choice. That must have been very frustrating for you, and how did you find your current job?
It's a combination of luck and desperation, I guess. I spent 2 years looking for a job in journalism, doing free work, getting paid literally $1 or $2 an hour if you divide it up, and I couldn't live on it anymore. I was like not surviving on it, so I got it through an extended network connection. I guess a friend's boyfriend's mom was hiring at her company, and at that point, I just would have taken anything. So she interviewed me, and I think my journalism skills helped me. The soft skills helped me interview well, and then I landed the job.
Well, Lorna, back to you.
Given the harsh realities of the workplace, should today's students be told to lower their career expectations? We especially want to hear from students, graduates, and those of you at the beginning of your careers, so send us your answers by phone, email, Facebook, or Twitter. And he's been a friend on the journey to students grappling with the big questions of life. When Context returns, we'll speak to a man who's helped thousands of young people reconcile red-hot expectations with the cold realities we just heard. Stay with us.